Hello, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening around the world. Dear viewers, this is Mudassar Majeed, ESL expert and media person from Pakistan. A very warm welcome to another enlightful session. I would like to tell you something today. We are going to talk about IELTS and strategies and techniques and strategies about IELTS. So today, in this regard, we have invited Madam Sidra Kashif all the way from Karachi. So, Madam, very warm welcome. How are you, ma'am?
Hello, Alhamdulillah, I am fine by the grace of Almighty. Initially, I am really grateful that you have invited me in your live stream. It's my honor to join you.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Sidra Kashif, for your time, valuable time. Okay, Madam, I just want to tell you something. Please introduce yourself before our audience so that our audience may get to know about you, that who is Sidra Kashif, because you're the first uh, participant or candidate whom I have invited from Pakistan. So please introduce yourself before our audience.
It's my pleasure to introduce myself. Well, my name is Sidra Kashif. I live in Karachi at North Nazimabad. Basically, I'm an ESL trainer. I teach students English as a second language from basics to advanced level. Plus, I prepare them according to their command or requirements related either general or academic. Additionally, visa interview preparation, business communication skills, or job interview preparation, these all things are included in my services and relevant to my expertise. As far as my experience is concerned, so I would like to mention here that Alhamdulillah, I have gained quite enough experience in this field. I have been a coordinator and English literature teacher, English language teacher. I have been a conversationalist or motivational speaker, and sometime invigilator of MDK papers. In that way, I have polished myself and just made myself able to conduct classes professionally. Then I started my online platform. It's been around 4 years. I have been running it since 2021 by the name of MSK Linguistics Center. You can say it's not only my profession, but it's all about my passion.
Okay, that's great. That's a great. So, dear viewers, I just want to tell you something about the today's session. So, today's session is all about IELTS techniques and strategies. Today, we are going to talk about IELTS 4 modules as well. So, in this regard, I just want to tell you something about IELTS. As you know, that IELTS is, it's about international English language testing systems. In this regard, we have certain four modules that on which we deal and appear in IELTS test. So that is such a test which is accepted and acknowledged all around the world. So in this regard, today we have, and I have arranged a few questions based on this particular topic. Today we are going to, on which today we're going to talk about. So in this regard, I just want to ask you about the speaking module. So please, could you please tell me something about listening test, that how it can be broken down, and how it can be segmentized, especially when we are appearing in speaking tests. So that time, what are the different formats of IELTS listening skill, and how we can get a high band score in IELTS speaking test. Please, could you please tell me, give detail that tips and techniques regarding speaking skill. So please tell us
Sure,
something
sure.
about your knowledge and expertise.
If I talk about IELTS speaking, so its duration is around 11 to 14 minutes, not more than that. Either it's academic IELTS or IELTS general. Duration is same, and the criteria it's same. There are three parts in IELTS speaking. Part one, everyone knows it's really easy, a piece of cake, but it needs confidence. And the thing is, it's all about introduction, likes, dislikes, interests, hometown. These type of questions are asked, right? So instead of answering yes or no, we have to provide the details according to the question. We don't have to go out of the question. The examiner, which he or she asks us, we are supposed to answer according to that. I would like to say that we should be confident, we should be natural, not like we don't have to speak in robotic way. So it sounds good if we speak naturally. As far as IELTS speaking part 2 is concerned, it's all about cue card. Everyone knows 2 minutes are given, and 1 minute is for preparation to make your notes like bullet points. The 1 minute which is given, that is for bullet points. Instead of making notes that time, you need to make bullet points clockwise, not randomly in a sequence, to save the time. For 2 minutes, you have to speak consecutively until the examiner stops you. Before the examiner stop you, you are not supposed to stop. That's the thing. If I talk about IELTS speaking part 3, then there are cross questions. Most of the time relevant to part 2, the answer which you have given, more elaboration of those answers, or opinion based, agree or disagree, these kind of questions are asked. So I would like to say that if you want to get higher band, especially in arts speaking, coherence, lexical resources, pronunciation, and synonyms, these are concerned. These are the main parts. If I talk about coherence, so it's all about using the connectors. Connector means like but, when, despite of,
Fillers, connectors,
while,
cohesive devices, definitely.
yeah, in addition to, moreover, furthermore, to just elaborate in sequence that how to start, what to say, what to add, and how to conclude according to the question, right? If I talk about lexical resources means to use accurate words or phrases which are according to the content which you are elaborating. So that is remarkable if you go with coherence and lexical resources. As far as pronunciation is concerned, I would like to say that pronunciation matters rather than accent. If you have really good accent, it doesn't matter in IELTS speaking, but your pronunciation matters. So if you are not good at pronunciation, you have to work on it. You have to fight tooth and nail to improve it.
Okay. Yes, that's good. That's good enough. But I just want to ask you that, especially when they after introduction, so they will be giving you a cue card. So that time you have 1 minute to think about, and 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to speak on certain topic. So that time, how the students can get higher band scores, especially in certain limited time, how you can combine all those, how we can segmentize, how we can express all those four questions in within 1 minute and 30 seconds or 2 minutes, how we can give the answers, because when we are speaking on certain topics, that is not only topic, so there are some certain three or four questions which we have to take a look, and how much time we should need to spend meanwhile when we are dealing the cue card and the certain topic, and especially when we're giving the answers of those three questions or four questions, how much time we should need to elaborate per question.
Are you talking about part 2, cue card especially?
Yes, 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 yes. Speaking part.
As I previously mentioned that 1 minute is given for preparation to make your bullet points and 2 minutes for elaboration. You need to speak for 3 minutes consecutively. So it's a total duration IELTS part 1 to IELTS speaking part 1 to IELTS speaking part 3, 11 to 14 minutes. It's depend on examiner. that how he or she deals you. That's the thing.
Mhm. But most probably people used to say that at least you have to arrange 5 to 6 sentences based on the first question. That is, some experts used to say that you have to speak 5 to 6 sentences based on the first question and then moving toward the next one, because you don't need to spend much more time on the first question, and then we will be moving again 5 to 6 sentences on the second question, and then the third, and move on the fourth. So in this way, we can just manage time, because it is difficult to manage time when we are dealing speaking tasks. So because
It
it's a.
depends on, as I mentioned, that it depends on examiner. Na? Until he stops, he can stop you before 2 minutes. Might be you have just completed 1.5 minute. He stops you. That's the thing. But you have
Okay.
to be confident. You have to elaborate. It's all about practice. You know, practice makes man perfect. It gives you wings. That's the
Mhm.
thing.
Okay, let's move toward listening task, because listening task is also considered to be very tough one, because especially if you are a new beginner, if you are a beginner, so that time it's very difficult to follow the accent of the foreigners. So that time it is
That's the
considered to be when we are dealing first section and second section, so it's a bit easy. As we move toward the third section and fourth section, so we started to face some difficulties to find out the answers. So that of how we can tackle listening test, and how we can get a good band score in listening, because listening can give you 7 bands, 8 bands, and even 8.5 bands still, because how we can attain good maximum or optimum band score in listening task.
Okay, a good question. If I talk about listening, so it's for 40 minutes and each blank or question is considered of 1 mark. And section 1 is very easy. It's a piece of cake, you know. As far as section 3, 2 and 3 are concerned, so it's a little difficult as compared to section 1. So it's a good question related accent. There are multiple of the accent which are used, like British, American, or Irish, or multiple of the accents are used. So the thing is that you have to be familiarized with those accents. So if you practice on daily basis to listen different broadcast podcast, sorry, so it will be really easy to you, like BBC, CNN, or TED podcast especially. So that is very fruitful if you are used to listening TED podcast. If I talk about especially TED podcast, so it is consist of numerous of the accent. It will really help you out. As you have asked me the question related that how to tackle it related accent, or it's really difficult to the beginners, so I would like to say that it depends on practice. As much as you listen, the more you absorb, right? So if we are a good listener, then it is very easy. It depends on practice.
Yes,
If
but
I talk
when it.
about if
Yes.
I talk about like maps, so it is really difficult. Why? It is difficult because there is distraction. If we know related distraction like but however, and we are familiar with road signs like road folk, roundabout, these kind of things which we know, or prepositions matter, you know, like next to, in front of, across, opposite to, these are prepositions. So if we know it, if we have awareness of these things, so it is really easy.
Mhm. But especially when we're dealing to the fourth section, so that time the examiner, the examiner used some synonyms. It's very difficult to find out answer within that. How we can deal, how the students can deal the fourth part, the fourth section of in listening, because it's very difficult to pick them up, and especially that time you have to find out the answer, exact answer, because that time they're using synonyms in the fourth part. So it's very difficult to pick them up and pick
Yeah.
them up exact the word with, that needs over there. So that how can we find out that particular word within the discussion? Because that we will, at that moment we're just following the certain topic, certain word, but unfortunately we do not see any that word in their communication. But later on we get to know that, oh, that is there is a synonym that the writer here, the speaker has used. So that how we can pick that up, because especially 4 to 5 persons are just like that synonyms. So how we can deal those fourth part and four to 5 persons? How it can be dealt in a good way, and how we can pick them those certain synonyms.
As per my expertise or experience, I have observed that if we just focus on the words before the blank and after the blank, if we have concern especially on that, in that way we can just catch it. And another thing is which you asked me, that it is really difficult related catching now. So as I previously mentioned, I would like to say again that it depends on practice. As much as you practice, it will be easy. And as far as synonyms are concerned, so you are right that answer is hidden in synonyms. We should be familiar with synonyms. Either it's a reading module or listening. Synonym matters. That's the thing.
Okay, so let's talk about the reading, because here we have to quickly glance all those four videos. In this way, we just we don't have plenty of time to discuss on certain one topic, because here we have to move forward and discuss the reading test as well. So reading video, I just want to tell you that which are the strategies which can be applied. You know that when it comes to reading, so it's time managing. We have to deal these certain topics that we have to deal, and we have to find out the answers within the short time. Within 20 minutes, we have to find out the answers. How much practice it needs to get good band score in reading test, because reading is also considered to be a very complex one. How it can be dealt, how it can be, how the students can gain optimum band score in IELTS reading test, because it is also going to be very tough and difficult as well.
Yeah, good question. So, as far as reading is concerned, I would like to say that since our childhood, we have been taught that we have to read the whole passage, then we have to find the answer. If I talk about IELTS reading, then it is totally difficult. It's all about time management, as you asked me the question related time management now. So, according to that, I would like to say that we need to set the timer, right? The thing which we are doing related reading, related any of the passage, we have to set the time for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes according to the task. So, in that way, it will be really easy. And you know that there is true, false, not given, MCQs, sentence completion, or matching the headings. If I talk about true, false, not given, students are stuck mostly. They don't know that either it's false or not given. That's the distraction there, na? So I would like to say that if the statement matches with the information, so obviously it is true. Answer is hidden in synonyms. In statement, there is another word, but in information, the whole thing is something same, but because of one or two words, it is changed, but meanings are same of those words, so that is true. If I talk about false, so if the statement doesn't match with the information, like if there is opposite word in information as compared to statement, then the opposite word Obviously, that is false. As far as not given is concerned, so I would like to say that if neither it doesn't match with the statement by synonyms or by opposites, and there is no information related that, so obviously it's not given. It's really easy. As far as matching headings are concerned, so you would have observed that there are more headings than paragraphs. Like there are 7 paragraphs sometimes and 11 headings. 2 to 3 headings are given extra. So that is the distraction. And it is not mandatory that answer will come in sequence. Sometimes it's at the end of the para or passage.
Mhm. But when we are just giving answers of multiple choice questions, so that time it's very difficult. It's hard to find out the answers because that moment, all those sometimes multiple choice questions are very much relevant. It's just like that, whether this one or whether that the other one, the both are just looking the same. It's very difficult to find out a distinction between both the things. So that time, how we can adopt what's the strategy we can adopt meanwhile when we are just giving the answers of multiple choice questions?
Are you talking about true false not given?
No, no, multiple choice questions.
Multiple choice questions. So you know that mostly answer is hidden in paraphrasing. There is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means synonyms. Synonyms means that meaning is same and pronunciation and wording is totally different. So I would like to say that we have to be familiar with paraphrasing or synonyms. In that way it will be easy to tackle.
Mhm. Okay, that's good. But just want to let's move toward our writing task. Writing task, as you know, that we have two segments in writing. Writing task one and writing task two. Because when we're dealing writing task one, so we have some different techniques, and whereas when we're just writing an essay, so that time we have different way or format to write something, and we definitely that matters. That whenever we are dealing writing task one, so we have some certain questions as some certain points, some certain vocabulary words that we have to fit meanwhile writing introduction, whether we are just going for compare and contrast, and when we're moving toward the conclusion, so that time we are just writing some certain words. So let's would you please give me some sort of some of the evidences regarding writing task one and writing task two? How would you explain how the students should tackle meanwhile when they are tackling writing task one and writing task two? Because both are very much important and time taking as well. Because you know in 20 minutes you have to write at 150 words or more than 150 words. At the same time, when we are reading, when we are writing task two, when we dealing writing task two, at that time we have to write 300 words and within 40 minutes. So how though that within our hour we can tackle time management, and how we can what the strategies and techniques we can apply when we are reading, when we are just specifically specific on writing tasks one and two both.
Okay, good question. So, as far as writing module is concerned, I would like to say that IELTS academic writing is all about labeling or pie chart, table. It's all about that, now. And we have to write to use academic vocabulary, right? And if we talk about IELTS general writing, so it's really easy as compared to IELTS academic writing. If I talk about task one, so we should spend 20 minutes on task one related IELTS writing. Either it's academic writing or it's general writing. Task one should be completed within 20 minutes. 2 minutes should be given to paraphrase the question, that what examiner needs or requires. So if I talk about IELTS general writing, it's related to letter or sometimes giving advice or taking suggestion. If I talk about IELTS academic, so as I mentioned that it's pie chart, table, like that. These things are concerned, right? Okay,
Okay, yeah.
so on task one, we have to spend 20 minutes along with paraphrasing. And on task two, we have to spend 40 minutes.
Okay, but when we are writing, we are writing an essay. So that time, which types of techniques we should need to apply, and which how much paragraph we should need to write, and when tackling that, whether you're going in the favor of the topic or whether you're going to go in against the topic. So, what's the techniques one should apply while writing an essay in IELTS?
I would like to say that lexical resources and coherence it's same as I mentioned for speaking, but it is a little change. Like if we talk about lexical resources or coherence in speaking, it's all about speaking, right? If I talk about writing, so pronounce if I talk about pronunciation related speaking, there is pronunciation which is considered. If I talk about writing, in lexical resources, punctuation is considered, and accuracy of the words, the spellings which you are writing, and vocabulary, not repeating the words again and again. And according to the topic, you have to use vocabulary, you have to use variety of words, and you don't have to use contraction form, like instead of that's, you have to write that is, because
Mhm,
words are counted. In task
mhm,
one, 150 words are supposed to write, and in task two, 250 words you have to write now.
mhm. Okay, that's good. So you have summed up all those modules, and you have given quick overview of all those reading module, the reading, writing, listening, and speaking modules. So that time. So at the last, what the message that you would like to give to the students who are going to appear in IELTS test? So what they should need to do, especially these days, it's all about. It's not a manually they are going to appear. Right now they are going to write. They're going to type something over there. Meanwhile, before that it was manually they're writing that essay, they were just writing out. These days, you have to type whether it is writing task
Hmm.
one or whether it is writing task two. Meanwhile, what they should need to do, what the message that you would like to give to the students in connection with the writing, as well overall how they can get good band score in IELTS.
For overall, I would like to say that it depends on practice, as I previously mentioned. Huh? It's adding to beauty if you do it on daily basis, and if you spend 7 to 8 hours on IELTS preparation, because you have to achieve something. For that, there are multiple of the books of Cambridge IELTS, and one by one, you have to work on every module of IELTS. Like one day you have to work for only speaking, then another day only for listening, any of the section, not all of the section, one by one, gradually. you know First you have to go for the easiest one, then you have to go for the harder. In
Mhm.
that way, they can be prepared. The same thing is applied for reading and writing. That's the thing. And they
Okay,
have
thank
to
you.
be confident, they have to be familiar with multiple of the synonyms and the rules which are considered, like coherence, synonyms, lexical resources, and pronunciation, punctuation. That if I talk about writing, so they just do the blunder to not write by accurate punctuation, right? So they don't use a variety of words. In that way, marks are deducted and they
Mm-hmm.
get disappointed. So they have
Okay.
to be prepared by authentic resources. You know that there are numerous of the channels on YouTube, on other websites. They provide free IELTS preparation. So if
Mhm.
anyone needs professional guidance, I would like to offer my services related arts general or academic. Most welcome. Or you can be prepared by watching videos if you are capable. It's very good, mashallah, if you can handle it by own. But if you need any instructor, so it is considerable to just observe his or her expertise, that how much knowledge he or she has, how much experience he or she has. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope so. The audience might have enjoyed the discussion, and as well as they just got a lot of helpful information within the discussion. So I hope so. A lot of young learners or early birds who are just trying to get prepared for IELTS, they might have got learned a lot of things from our discussion, and hope so they will be just going to get interacted and just be over there to find out the other things as well. So, Madam Sidra Kashif has, vividly described all those points which were that need to be answered. So that definitely she has given all those questions quite elaborative, quite vividly. So hope so that you might have enjoyed and as well learned a lot of things from the discussion as well. So thank you very much, Madam Sidra Kashif, for your precious and valuable time that today you have given. So
You are welcome.
great. Okay, so thank you very much, dear viewers. So we'll be looking forward for the next session. Till then, goodbye. So see you. Goodbye from my side and from Sidra Kashif as well. Stay blessed.
Same to you.